Pisces, if you've been feeling like you're falling apart lately, emotionally, mentally, even spiritually, you're not crazy. You're awakening. You're shedding the illusions that once kept you safe but small. The universe has chosen you, the empath, the dreamer, the healer, to rise into your higher self. This isn't an easy process. You'll feel detached from old habits, friendships, and even your own identity. But here's the truth. The more uncomfortable it feels, the more your soul is expanding. Today, we're diving into 7 things that every awakened Pisces naturally lets go of forever. Not through force, but through divine transformation. These are the shifts that mark the beginning of your ascension. Stay until the end, because the 7th one, the one that changes absolutely everything, is the key to your freedom, peace, and purpose. So take a deep breath, Pisces. Let's decode what your soul is whispering through the chaos. 1. Letting go of the need to please. Everyone, Pisces, for most of your life, your superpower has been empathy, that almost supernatural ability to feel what others feel. You've carried other people's pain as if it were your own, believing that by healing them, you were fulfilling your purpose. But during your spiritual awakening, that very gift becomes your greatest test. You start realizing that constantly saving others is actually draining you. You've spent years being the emotional anchor, the silent listener, the healer who never asks for help. You've poured your energy into people who came to you broken, but rarely stayed to hold you when you were the one bleeding. Now, the universe is whispering a new truth. Your light doesn't have to burn just to keep others warm. Astrologically, your ruling planet Neptune dissolves boundaries to teach compassion. But this stage of awakening asks you to redefine compassion. It's no longer about sacrifice, it's about alignment. True love doesn't mean losing yourself to prove your goodness. It means holding space for others without absorbing their chaos. And as your frequency rises, something remarkable happens. You'll notice certain people begin to fade, not because of arguments, but because your energy no longer feeds their shadow. The connection simply can't sustain itself in your higher vibration. At first, this release feels uncomfortable. You may wonder, have I become cold? Am I the problem now? But no, Pisces. You haven't grown cold. You've grown clear. Clarity feels like distance at first, but it's actually peace returning home. You're learning that saying no is not rejection, it's redirection. Boundaries aren't barriers, they're sacred gates that protect your emotional ecosystem. The universe is teaching you that the energy you give away so freely is precious currency, and only those who respect it deserve access to it. And then something miraculous unfolds. When you stop chasing approval, when you stop overgiving just to feel seen, the universe begins sending people who meet you at your frequency. Souls who give back, who listen, who pour into you with the same tenderness you've offered others for lifetimes. You realize that you were never meant to please everyone. You were meant to inspire authenticity, to show others how to love without losing themselves. The moment you stop trying to please the world, the right people, the ones who honor your peace, your presence, and your purpose, finally find their way to you. 2. Letting go of old emotional baggage. The second thing you'll naturally release, Pisces, is emotional weight. Those invisible anchors made of old memories, regrets, and wounds that once defined your identity. For you, emotion is like water, boundless, deep, and ever-changing. You don't just feel emotions, you become them. You absorb pain like the ocean absorbs the rain. But as your awakening deepens, that vast inner ocean begins to stir. Waves rise higher. Old storms return, not to destroy you, but to cleanse you. You might cry for no clear reason. You might find yourself dreaming of people or places long forgotten. Sometimes a random scent, song, or word may unlock a flood of emotions you thought were buried forever. But that's not regression. It's energetic purification. You're flushing out lifetimes of karmic residue, energies that have clung to your soul, shaping patterns of fear, shame, and sadness. The universe is giving you a sacred detox. Astrologically, this is the dance between Neptune, your ruling planet of dreams and illusions, and Saturn, the stern teacher of karmic responsibility. Together, they're rewriting your emotional code. Neptune dissolves illusions of victimhood. Saturn anchors your maturity. The result? You stop drowning in emotions and start understanding their message. You begin to see the truth. That heartbreak, that betrayal, that disappointment, they weren't punishments. They were teachers. Each pain introduced you to another layer of your strength. Each tear carved out space for compassion. Each loss made you softer, wiser, more real. And as you start processing instead of suppressing, something shifts. Your intuition sharpens. Your aura brightens. Your energy becomes magnetic again, not heavy, but radiant. You'll notice that you stop needing closure from others. The endless waiting for apologies or explanations fades away. You realize that forgiveness was never about the other person. It was about freeing your own frequency. Forgiveness isn't saying it was okay. It's saying, I choose peace over the story. That choice alone breaks lifetimes of karmic cycles. Pisces, this is the rebirth of your emotional body. You're no longer lost in the storm. You are the calm in the center of it. You don't drown in your feelings anymore. You surf them with grace. And once you reach that point, life begins to mirror your inner healing. Your reality becomes calmer, relationships become clearer, and synchronicities multiply. The outer world finally reflects the peace you fought to create within. This is your emotional freedom. This is your cleansing tide. And once you release that old weight, Pisces, nothing heavy will ever hold you again. 3. Letting go of overthinking and over-spiritualizing. Everything. There comes a point in your awakening, Pisces, when you experience a strange paradox. You know more spiritually than ever before, yet somehow you feel even more confused. You see signs everywhere. Angel numbers flashing on clocks, songs with eerily perfect lyrics, dreams that feel like prophecies. You start pulling tarot cards, checking astrology charts, watching energy updates, and scrolling through endless spiritual content trying to decode the message. Your mind races to make sense of it all. Every flicker of synchronicity feels like a secret you must solve. But then, something inside you, your intuition, starts to rebel. It whispers softly, you don't have to understand everything. You just have to feel aligned. That whisper is the universe gently taking the steering wheel from your mind and handing it back to your heart. You see, Pisces, your gift has never been logic. It's knowing. You don't process life through calculation. You sense it through vibration. You've always been an energetic empath, a psychic receiver of frequencies beyond words. But awakening exposes the thin line between spiritual awareness and spiritual overthinking. At this stage, you'll start letting go of the need to analyze every shift, every text, every energy wave. You'll realize that not every sign needs decoding. Some are simply confirmations that you're in the flow. Astrologically, Neptune, your ruling planet, governs the 12th house, the realm of mystery, dreams, and the divine unseen. Its lesson is simple: surrender. The more you chase clarity, the more it hides. But the moment you relax, truly relax, understanding arrives like sunlight piercing water. That's the beauty of your evolution. You'll stop explaining your journey to people who aren't meant to get it. You'll stop needing validation for your mystical experiences. You'll stop looking for proof, because your inner calm becomes the proof. Spiritual growth was never about collecting more signs or answers. It was about learning to trust the silence between them. As you let go of mental control, your energy field opens like a clear channel. Your intuition flows effortlessly, words, visions, and downloads arriving exactly when you need them. You start feeling guided, not guessing. You start receiving, not chasing. And that's when miracles begin to unfold without effort. The right people appear, opportunities align, answers surface in divine timing. Pisces, your awakening isn't about understanding the mystery, it's about becoming it. When you stop overthinking, your vibration speaks for you. You become the living bridge between heaven and earth, a pure intuitive conduit for light itself. The less you analyze, the more you align. And the moment you surrender, the universe finally has room to move through you. 4. Letting go of toxic or unconscious relationships. One of the hardest lessons for an awakened Pisces is love, especially when it involves people who are still lost in their shadows. You've always seen the potential in others. You fall in love with who they could be, not necessarily who they are. You've believed that your love could heal them, save them, awaken them. But as your consciousness rises, you begin to see a truth that shakes your heart awake. Not everyone can go where your soul is headed. Your awakening brings clarity that love and attachment are not the same. You start noticing patterns, the friend who drains your energy with endless chaos, the partner who mirrors your unhealed wounds, the family member who manipulates your kindness. These people didn't appear by mistake. They were your teachers, showing you what you still needed to heal within yourself. But now your vibration has shifted, and their energy no longer feels like home. Their presence begins to feel heavy, confusing, or suffocating. That's your higher self signaling. This chapter is complete. At first, the release feels lonely. You'll miss the comfort of the familiar, even if that comfort once hurt. You'll grieve not only people, but versions of yourself that tolerated pain in the name of love. But remember, Pisces, isolation is not punishment, it's preparation. The universe is clearing emotional clutter to make space for what's sacred. It's replacing karmic ties with divine ones. Astrologically, Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth, governs this cleansing process in your chart. It cuts cords to anyone who no longer resonates with your evolution. Some exits are dramatic. Others are silent fade-outs. But every ending is a graduation, proof that you've learned what your soul came here to learn. As this transformation unfolds, you'll stop romanticizing red flags. You'll stop trying to rescue others from their lessons. You'll finally understand that love doesn't mean carrying someone's karma on your back. You'll begin to choose peace over potential, alignment over attachment, and truth over fantasy. And when you do, something miraculous happens. Real love finds you. Love that doesn't demand your light to survive. Love that feels like home, not like rescue. Friendships that pour into you as much as you pour into them. Connections that expand your soul instead of shrinking your energy. The old energy will try to pull you back through memories, dreams, or guilt. But your higher self will keep whispering, let it go. You can't carry density into destiny, Pisces. Your capacity to love doesn't diminish when you let go. It purifies. You're not losing love. You're clearing the space where real love can finally enter. 5. Letting go of external validation. For so much of your life, Pisces, your sense of worth has been tied to how others see you. Compliments, approval, validation, they felt like sunlight, and you chased them just to feel alive. Every like, every compliment, every word of recognition gave you a burst of confidence, but it was temporary because the source was external. It wasn't you. Your awakening is here to shatter that illusion. You're realizing that your worth was never something to be earned. It's something that is. It's inherent, sacred, and untouched by opinion. Astrologically, This awakening unfolds through the guidance of Neptune and Jupiter, your cosmic mentors. Neptune dissolves the ego's illusion that you need to perform to be loved. Jupiter expands your higher awareness so you can hear your inner voice louder than the world's noise. Together, they free you from needing permission to exist as your authentic self. Suddenly, you find yourself no longer explaining your choices or defending your dreams. When people don't understand your path, you simply smile because you know you're guided. When someone doubts your decisions, it no longer shakes your foundation. You've stopped living for applause and started listening to your soul's quiet applause within. And that changes everything. You begin dressing, speaking, creating, and living for you, not for an audience. You stop performing and start embodying. You stop comparing and start aligning. The pressure melts away as you realize that peace feels far better than popularity. And here's the irony. The moment you stop chasing approval, the world starts noticing your authenticity. Because nothing is more magnetic than a Pisces who's unapologetically themselves. Soft yet strong, dreamy yet grounded, kind yet clear. You'll feel a natural urge to disconnect from the noise, social media drama, gossip, comparison games. None of it satisfies your soul anymore. Instead of asking, do they like me? You begin asking, do I feel aligned? That shift in focus turns your energy inward, where your power truly lives. Validation begins to take a new form, not in numbers or praise, but in resonance. In that quiet, sacred inner yes that whispers, I'm exactly where I need to be. You start realizing that the opinions of others were never the truth of who you are. You were never meant to blend in, Pisces. You were meant to remind the world what authenticity feels like. So when you stop seeking approval, you don't become invisible. You become unstoppable. Because your divine mission doesn't begin when people agree with you. It begins the moment you no longer need them to. You are the permission slip your soul has been waiting for. And once you claim that truth, the universe mirrors your confidence back tenfold. 6. Letting go of fear of the unknown. This one, Pisces, is big, maybe the biggest of them all. As your awakening deepens, you'll begin to notice something both unsettling and miraculous happening. Your old desire for control starts to dissolve. The timelines you carefully planned begin to unravel. People you thought would stay forever drift away. Opportunities you expected fall through. Life begins to look unpredictable, even chaotic. But that's not punishment, it's preparation. The universe is teaching you how to swim in uncertainty, how to trust the current instead of fighting against it. You've always been an intuitive navigator, Pisces, but awakening calls you to a higher kind of faith, one without maps. You're being guided to move from mental control into divine flow. You'll start to realize that your fear of the unknown was never really about not knowing what's next. It was about fearing your own power. You've been afraid, not of failure, but of how brilliant your light truly is when you stop hiding behind what feels safe. Because the unknown doesn't limit you, it reveals you. Astrologically, your 12th house energy represents surrender, endings, and spiritual rebirth. It's the house of letting go, of dying to the old self so something higher can emerge. The version of you that relied on certainty simply can't survive in this new vibration. The old timeline must collapse so the new one can bloom. This process often looks messy from the outside. Sudden endings, career shifts, relocations, or identity changes that make no logical sense. But each detour is actually divine redirection. You're being rerouted toward destiny, toward something you can't see yet but can feel. The key, Pisces, is to replace control with trust. Every time your mind says, I need to know, your soul says, you already do, just not with words. You'll begin to wake up with a quiet faith that whatever is unfolding is happening for you, not to you. And the universe will confirm it. through synchronicities, songs, feathers, dreams, repeating numbers, gentle reminders that you're never walking blind. As you surrender to the flow, something inside you softens. Your nervous system begins to relax. You stop needing answers to feel safe because you feel connected. The more you trust, the more magic finds you. You'll notice how easily opportunities appear when you let go of control. You'll see how peace replaces panic and how every unknown path ends up leading to something better than you imagined. Pisces, the ocean never fears where it flows, and neither should you. You are the ocean, boundless, guided, infinite. The unknown is not darkness anymore. It's the womb of creation, the birthplace of your miracles. 7. Letting go of the illusion of separation. And now, Pisces, comes the most profound release of all. The letting go of the greatest illusion humanity has ever believed. The illusion that you are separate from the universe. This is the final stage of awakening, the moment of remembrance when you realize there was never any distance between you and the divine. The veil lifts and unity consciousness emerges. You begin to sense that everything you see out there is not happening to you, but through you. Every person, every circumstance, every challenge is a mirror reflecting your vibration back to you. When someone triggers you, you no longer spiral into anger or defensiveness. Instead, you pause and ask, what is this teaching me about myself? You recognize that the outer world is your inner energy projected into form. And when blessings arrive, abundance, love, opportunities, you stop calling it luck. You know it's resonance. You've matched the frequency of the miracle, so it had no choice but to appear. This realization transforms everything. You move from seeing yourself as the seeker to understanding that you are, and always worse, the source. Pisces, this is your divine return home. The God, angels, guides, and universe you prayed to were never outside you. They were speaking through your higher self all along. Every intuition, every dream, every nudge, that was you, remembering your divinity piece by piece. This is why Pisces is known as the old soul of the zodiac, the 12th and final sign. You are both the ending and the beginning, the ocean that holds all rivers. Your awakening isn't about adding more to yourself. It's about remembering who you've been since before time began. Infinite consciousness experiencing itself through love. In this state, peace becomes your natural language. You start seeing beauty in every season, even endings, even pain. You no longer ask, why is this happening? Instead, you whisper, thank you for showing me the light hidden inside this moment. Your presence changes people. Without preaching, without effort, you awaken others simply by being. Your energy becomes a living reminder of what oneness feels like. This is your ascension, from human to divine embodiment, from fear to faith, from separation to unity. And here's the truth that will carry you forward. The moment you realize separation is an illusion, you stop chasing love. You stop fearing loss. You stop struggling against life itself. You simply exist. In truth, in peace, in infinite awareness, you become the still point in the turning world, and that's when everything starts moving in harmony with you. At this level, Pisces, miracles don't surprise you anymore. They become your normal because now you no longer wait for the light. You are the light. Pisces, you're not crazy. You're becoming whole. Every emotion, every ending, every strange energetic wave, it's your soul rearranging your reality to match your true vibration. You've let go of people who couldn't meet you. You've released identities that kept you small. You faced emotions that once terrified you. And through it all, you didn't break. You bloomed. If this message resonated, it means your awakening is in full motion. So take a deep breath, close your eyes, and affirm aloud, I am not crazy. I am awakening. I release all that no longer serves me and rise into my divine timeline. Type it in the comments, Pisces. anchor it into the collective. Because when you declare it, you help thousands of others doing the same. The world is shifting, and you, the empath, the intuitive, the dreamer, are leading the wave. The more you embody peace, the more you awaken others through your energy alone. So stay gentle with yourself. Your transformation isn't chaos, it's cosmic order. And soon, everything you've lost will be replaced by everything you were always meant to receive. You're not ending, you're emerging, and the universe is celebrating your rebirth.